Caitlin Clark, WNBA Left Behind as Taylor-Serrano 3 sets record for Jake Paul's MVP. Jake Paul knew exactly what he was doing when he orchestrated the first all-women's boxing card in history. Under his MVP banner, newly signed stars like Alycia Baumgardner, Chantelle Cameron, and Savannah Marshall were featured on the undercard and co-main events of the Amanda Serrano vs. Katie Taylor trilogy bout on July 11, and just as expected, it paid off. According to a new report released by Jake Paul, Netflix and MVP's Taylor-Serrano 3 drew nearly 6 million global viewers, marking a massive milestone for the sport. Earlier today, the 28-year-old posted on X with the caption that read, "Pay attention, MVP's Taylor-Serrano 3, an all-women's event, did bigger numbers in the US than the Stanley Cup Finals." His attached report highlighted the event's success at Madison Square Garden, noting that it broke the official GUINESS World RHCORBSSATM title for the most world championship belts ever contested on a single card, 17 in total. Meanwhile, a sold-out crowd of 19,721 fans generated a $2.63 million gate, the highest ever for a women's boxing event and for any female sporting event in MSG history. Ultimately, it was clear that Taylor-Serrano 3 delivered a successful outcome. It secured the runner-up position on the list of the top 2 women's rated sporting events of 2025, YTD. The only event that outperformed this was the NCAA Women's March Madness Final, which attracted an average of 8.5 million viewers and reached a peak of 9.9 million on ABC. This marked the third largest viewership since ESPN secured exclusive broadcasting rights back in 1996. Jake Paul's MVP-backed event has made waves in women's boxing, achieving a remarkable milestone by surpassing even the biggest WNBA draws of the year. As for where the WNBA stands, the Fever vs. Sky matchup averaged 2.7 million viewers on ABC, making it the most-watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years, according to Sports Media Watch. The contest peaked at 3.1 million viewers and currently ranks third on the 2025 Women's Rated Sporting Events list. It trails only last year's WNBA All-Star Game, which drew 3.44 million viewers. While Caitlin Clark helped lift the league's profile, it wasn't enough to surpass the buzz and reach of Taylor-Serrano 3. Rounding out the list, the Women's French Open Final brought in 1.47 million viewers, while the Australian Open Final followed with 452,000 on ESPN. The Women's College World Series Championship Game 3 also made headlines, pulling in 2.4 million viewers to become ESPN's most-watched NCAA softball game ever. For context, the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals Game 6 averaged 2.8 million viewers, and the NBA All-Star Game attracted 4.72 million. And while Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor deserve immense credit for their in-ring performance, equal recognition goes to Jake Paul for turning the vision of this historic event into reality. Boxing's new puppet master, Jake Paul, pulls the strings. While Jake Paul has gained fame as a social media influencer with 28.4 million Instagram followers and 20.9 million YouTube subscribers, it's important to recognize that he didn't achieve boxing history on his own. Much of his success can be credited to Alycia Baumgardner, his MVP co-founder, who previously served as the UFC's chief strategy officer and CFO. Baumgardner stands out for his expertise, dedication, and resilience. He has played a crucial role in establishing MVP as a notable player in the combat sports scene. Baumgardner stressed how important Jake Paul is, adding, "We've been lucky to have Jake as the head of our spear. This is because Jake Paul has mastered the art of making money from attention. He thinks that social media is the most valuable money today, especially for Gen Z and younger people who use it to get news and content. The problem is still there, though. When Jake Paul finally stops fighting, MVP will lose its major source of income. Just having El Gallo show up at events he promotes won't bring in the same amount of money." Baumgardner is said to be looking for outside financing to grow MVP beyond Jake Paul's in-ring career now that he knows this. He is realistic about the future of women's boxing. He says, "It might not become as popular as men's boxing, but it can stand on its own. But the good news is that MVP has already set up a way to make money that will last, thanks to live gate receipts, pay-per-view sales, license fees, sponsorships, and other sources of income." What do you think of the Serrano-Taylor trilogy, though? How would you rate Jake Paul's effect on the sport?